Human rights groups have rightly condemned this bill as an outrageous and unwarranted interference in the ability of councils, universities and other public bodies to use their purchasing power to pursue ethical procurement and investment policies in order to help defend human rights, including tackling issues such as climate change. Everyone who cares about issues such as illegal arms trade, activities of arms manufacturers and traders whose weapons fuel conflicts around the globe, or climate justice will correctly be horrified by this blatant attack on basic democratic rights of elected public bodies to act on behalf of the residents who elected them. This bill specifically protects the State of Israel, Israeli companies and their human rights abuses from local authority sanctions, no matter what human rights abuses it might commit or indeed committing now. It is also self-evident that councils and other public bodies must be free and indeed have a duty to act to prevent or discourage breaches of international humanitarian law. It is clear Israeli settlements are illegal under international law, and no local authority or government should be offering support to such activity. The government's anti-BDS bill contradicts the guiding principles on business and human rights published by the United Nations. The anti-BDS bill penalises public bodies complying with the UK's responsibilities as a permanent member of the UN Security Council and takes away the democratic right of public bodies to make ethical financial decisions. The bill uniquely shields human rights abuses by Israel, allowing Israel to act with impunity. Indeed, this bill, in exempting specific countries, namely Israel, despite their human rights abuses and war crimes now, does so when we do not know what future actions such countries may take. This is a show of complete contempt for the people of Palestine and the daily inhumanity, abuse and discrimination they face. This bill is a textbook case of divide and rule. It is profoundly disappointing that the government is pursuing ahead with the anti-boycott bill at this moment when tensions are deeply high and extremely high in our communities. In the past few weeks, almost 7,000 Palestinians have been killed, almost half of them children, 1,400 Israelis killed, with the civilians of Gaza being massacred by Israeli airstrikes, and war crimes are happening in real time. It's an immediate ceasefire that is required, and the Prime Minister, the government, the leader of the opposition and all political leaders in this House should be calling for an immediate ceasefire. Boycott, divestment and sanctions are an effective means of peaceful resistance. This bill is no less toxic than when it was at the previous stage. If it passes, it will close off a vital democratic avenue for the closest representatives of ordinary people at a local level to demand accountability and change. And it will show how little this government cares about the lives of civilians and the plight of persecuted and exploited communities around the world. Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker.